Good day, this 30th of March 2020, as we all shelter in place. Rock O'Connor here. What I want to do is talk about thoughts that came to me years ago from others about the fifth Sunday of Lent. This is the first of a couple, I hope. And this one has to do with the raising of Lazarus as it was conceived and presented by a Jesuit, Mike Moynahan, back in about, I think in 78, 79, during Lent. He had formed a group called BLDG, the Berkeley Liturgical Drama Guild, which was wonderful, and they presented very insightful doings of the gospel to the assembled community. So I'm going to take the liberty of, first of all, footnoting and thanking Mike Moynahan, who's just has such incredible sensitivities to the gospel. I'd like to thank him and the group that performed these dramas for our liturgy, presenting the gospel. And I want to thank them by giving my version of what I remember from that and sharing it with you. So, it's about the story of Lazarus, and primarily this is about the story of Lazarus being called from the tomb. As you remember, he died. Jesus waited, came, visited, talked to Martha, talked to Mary, came up to the tomb and said, "Roll away the stone." And Martha said, being the practical one, "It's gonna stink." Easy does it. Roll away the stone. And he was consumed with deep emotions. So here's what I remember of the story. It's about why Lazarus wouldn't leave the tomb, as you'll see. Jesus approached the tomb and cried out there, "Lazarus, come forth!" From inside the tomb, Lazarus, wrapped up, bandaged, heard his friend's voice. And he started and raised himself up as best he could and thought, "That's my friend's voice. I must go to him." And as he was beginning to stand up, a voice from the dark corner came to him and said, "Lazarus, don't go out there. You look like hell, and you smell to high heavens. If you walk out there, people are going to see your flaws, your decayed flesh." The flesh was beginning to corrupt, fall apart, decompose. You don't want to go out there. You don't want people to see that, do you? And Lazarus stopped and sighed deeply, and he began to sit down. And Jesus spoke again, "Lazarus, come forth, my friend." Lazarus heard the voice again, "My friend, Jesus, is here." And he stood up and took a step or two toward the opening there in the tomb, the sunlight. And from the corner in the darkness, the tempter spoke to him again. "Lazarus, don't go out there. You're going to step back into life, man. You're going to step back into the way things were with your sisters who are always running things, with your friends who thought you were a failure. You're going to step out there, man. You're going to disappoint them all again. Do you want to do that? Do you want to take that risk? Do you want to go out there and show yourself to be the same old Lazarus? You want to do that? Lazarus, can I risk that? And he took a step back into the tomb. He took a step back. And Jesus came and stood right by the entrance and said, Lazarus, my friend, come forth, won't you? And Lazarus took several more steps toward the light. And even as the darkness around him sizzled with the tempter's voice saying, Lazarus, don't go out there. Lazarus leaned forward into the light and fell into the arms of Jesus, who said, welcome, my friend. Welcome to the light. He said to his people, unbandage him and let him go free. There's something to draw from this portrayal that was given to me and so many others that can be of bear fruit of a blessing to you, following in the footsteps of the 5th Sunday of Lent. Let's pray for that grace.